Hey everyone, in today's hug, we're going to talk about gluten. There was a time that I thought that this gluten sensitivity thing was a fad. And a friend of mine said, well, you need to test to see if you are gluten sensitive. And I thought, well, I'm not. But I wanted to do the test so I can explain the complicated procedure to my clients. So I took a test. Now, anything over 10 is considered gluten sensitive, and I was 178. So the lab recommended a permanent, strict gluten-free diet, and I had no symptoms. So the difference between gluten sensitivity and celiacs is a big deal because celiacs is an autoimmune condition, and they get immediately sick when they have gluten. My son's girlfriend has celiacs, and it's pretty darn bad. But gluten sensitivity is a delayed reaction. So it's really hard to pinpoint it in your body because you just don't know. Also, your body is very, very intelligent, and it will make up for the fact that you're shoving bread down your face every day, and it will make you live with it until you remove it from your diet. And that's what happened to me. So when I went gluten-free for quite a while, and then I would cheat and have my mother-in-law's carrot cake, I would spend the next morning in the bathroom big time. Okay? TMI, I know, sorry. That's what health coaches do, they have TMI all the time. You should be used to that by now. So then that's when I'm like, wow. And so they also have this thing called an elimination diet where you take out all these offenders, things like wheat, soy, eggs, dairy, artificial sweeteners, corn. There's other things, but take those out of your diet for at least 3 weeks, and then one at a time, add them back. So say you're going to test wheat. So you eliminate it for, say, a month, and then all of a sudden the next day you have a couple sandwiches and you see if you have a reaction. That's one way you can test your own individual body. And the other thing that's really interesting is so many people that are sensitive to the gluten here in the States can go like to Italy and have bread, no problem. All right. So my thoughts are because our wheat here is very genetically modified, very much. Whereas in Europe, they don't allow genetically modified foods. So it's a big difference. And that's the only reason I can explain. They use like ancient wheat before it was genetically modified and loaded with gluten. So that's a theory I have. Not sure exactly, but if you want to test it on yourself, do an elimination diet and you too can see if you have a gluten sensitivity or not. And here's an important thing as well. So the reason why gluten sensitivity or eating gluten is really harmful for your gut is because it helps your body, which is not good, increase zonulin production. And zonulin creates leaky bowel. Like your gut health, your intestines are really tight, like woven together. And so with excess zonulin, those junctions or whatever open up and undigested food particles leak out into your body. And then your immune system's like foreign invader, and it goes and attacks it, which can lead to autoimmune disease. So there's many reasons why I avoid gluten. And when I want to cheat on carrot cake, I just eat the frosting. I mean, let's face it, that's the best part anyway, right? All right. So I hope that makes sense to you. Let me know if you're going to test yourself and see if gluten is bad for your body if you have a sensitivity, or you can just say, I can live without my bread. I just made some really good gluten-free bread over the weekend, and I'm going to test it out with a tuna sandwich. Okay, everyone wrap your arms around, give yourself a big, fat, juicy squeeze. Happy Monday, and please go out and make it a beautiful week. We'll see you on the next hug.